Good enough, Berto, good enough.
Always.
Good evening, Elbow Room. How y'all doing? Good, good. That's good to hear. So, all right, y'all. So every morning I go for a walk, all right? All right. Most mornings I go for a walk. All right, people, I walk, okay? More than just to the fridge and back. All right, but listen, the other day I had some motivation from an unexpected place. When I was walking, I noticed about 75 yards ahead of me, there was this gnome of a girl who was just outpacing me. She was like 5'3", and fellas, we just can't have that, right? I mean, this sets the tone for the whole rest of your day. So I started picking up my pace, and it took me to catch all the way up to her and see that she's doing these weird stretching motions and is barefoot to realize that she was a crackhead.
Yeah.
And then that's what really made me realize I need to stop with just regular working out. I need to get on this crackhead workout regime. All right? So I started studying. I started researching and looking at them. All right, here's what I found out. They don't have the P90X, okay? They got the P9X. All right, you get shredded in 9 days, but the problem is you don't really remember how. Okay? So, here's the best that I can figure out, all right? Day 1, they just have you running from random dogs in the neighborhood. All right, it's all about cardio. Day 2, for the endurance, they strap a couch to your back and they're having you run up the hill. All right? Now, if you guys are worried about meal plans and icky green kale shakes, don't worry, all right? There's not much of a meal plan. They pretty much just hand you gas station beef jerky and almonds and tell you to fuel up. Now, day 3, you're just spent kind of riding bikes from dumpster to dumpster to reach in and pick the cans out because you got to stretch and take a rest day, folks. All right? Anyway, the point is if you're looking to get healthy, ditch the regular alternatives. It's all about P9X because pain builds muscle and trauma burns calories. So just remember that, y'all. So if you guys can't tell, I'm a terrible person and I just like to make up stories of how I see people. Now, my T-ball coach, y'all, he's missing all but his middle finger and his nose and most of his upper lip. And in my mind, I think he blew up his face with a crack pipe, right? Most logical answer, it's like Richard Pryor. So I'm going about thinking like this for a couple of days until one practice he's wearing his USMC retire hat. I'm like, oh shit, come on Cameron, that's terrible. This dude's probably a Marine serving your country and that happened, protecting you. So my curiosity gets the better of me and I decided that I should ask him, well, hey, what happened to your face and all but one of your fingers, And it turns out that he did serve in Iraq. And that is where his fingers were blowing off, and his nose and his lips, while smoking crack. Yeah. And also, it turns out that he's the creator of the P9X program. Blew my mind. Small ass world, y'all. Holy shit, that's the third holy shit I got from you. A little too dark, too edgy tonight.
No, that's insane. It's like he's a Marine, got blown up in
All right, that is badass, yeah. Power to the people. Never give up, man. You can have all your hands thrown up and come up with the best workout regime ever. Ever.
For 1995.
So, let's just go into some silly ideas, y'all. I recently read that Elon Musk, he gave his Starlink program to some tribe members in Brazil to give them internet access. Anyone hear about this? Still with communicating with other tribe members for emergencies and such. Here's the thing. It took only 2 days for the whole tribe to be scammed by a Nigerian prince. But here's what really blew my mind, is in like less than a week, all the teenage boys just became addicted to porn. And that's a rather short amount of time for a part of the world that Net Geo just says tits are out all the time anyway. Now, it makes sense to me, all right. These teenage boys were probably browsing the web. They saw the political turmoil and the wars, and one of the boys were just like, you guys, why don't we just look for some tits on here other than grandma's? That'll be a good time. And then you just have kids rubbing up against trees and shit. It was getting wild. To curb this, the tribe members decided that they needed to limit everyone's access to the internet. And they decided that 7 hours a day would be sufficient. Now, the math on that's less than a third of a day. That's pretty much just 8 hours whacking off, guys. And they said you could do it all day on Sunday, so they pretty much said, F you to God's day, you know what I'm saying? All right. Oh, who's glad this election's over? Are we get a good look for a new president? Yeah, you are. Yeah, holy shit, I know, man. Everyone was bitching about the inflation. I've been feeling the squeeze, but y'all, good old Chester Molester down the street, he's been filling it harder than you. He had to start charging for candy. And that just blows my mind. Let's talk about this for a second. Previous generations would actually get in the van for a piece of candy. I mean, at least with my generation, it took something rare like a holographic Pokemon card. I needed a piece of candy to wash the taste out of my mouth, you know? Alright, I'm going to end you guys with just a couple stupid thoughts I had recently. Not stupid, they're really more silly. But do you all know what rolling a joint and cross-dressing have in common? Well, they can't be tight, but it's all in the tuck. And, since we're in the middle of fall season and gourds, what is a redneck's favorite brand of a blow-up doll? It's a pumpkin. Yeah. All right, everyone. Let's give it up for our Hearst Burko, and the rest of the comedians are going to come out to give you some laughs here at the